Hello everyone. Now let's start our lesson today with the topic computers. Now let's start by Vũ, please. So how often do you use a computer?
Um, frankly speaking, I always use my laptop every day. Due to the fact that I use the laptop to uh, read the academic book, and I uh, do some job in the internet. Therefore, I spend a lot of time for using the laptop.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
use the laptop every day. So you can say on a daily basis. It means every day. So
Yeah.
frankly speaking, I use my laptop on a daily basis. As I use it to read ebooks. Also, sometimes I use it to unwind by watching some videos on YouTube or on TikTok. So, can you answer one more time? So, how often do you use a computer and why?
Uh, Currently, I use the laptop on a daily basis. Due to the fact that I use the laptop for reading the ebooks. Uh, in addition, I also use laptop for watching some movie, and then I can feel the unwind.
Okay. Sometimes I can unwind. So, is unwind a verb or an adjective?
Adjective. Anh tịnh tư.
Okay.
Anh gọi là tịnh tư.
Okay. So, nếu mình muốn dùng có nghĩa là thư giãn là mình sẽ có từ relaxed là nó là tịnh tư. Còn unwind này nó là động từ nên mình sẽ dùng như từ relax về luôn. Unwind mình
À,
thay cho từ relax. Okay.
dạ.
The next person. T, please. What do you use your computer for?
Um, mm, I rarely use computer, but the time I utilize it most is uh, when when uh, when a pandemic of COVID-19. I use computer for learning online, and I see it's uh, it's like an support tool to help me learn better.
Alright. So honestly, I rarely use computer. Actually, back in the day, during COVID-19 pandemic, I utilized or I used, try to put ed at the end of the word. I used computer to study online, and I found it quite useful for my study. T, can you answer one more time? As your answer is a little bit slow, so try to speed it up.
Um,
Sorry.
honestly, honestly, I utilize I utilized computers during COVID-19 pandemic, as I find it quite useful for my study.
Okay, sorry for misunderstood or miscalling the name of YouTube. So in our class we have T and V, right? Now, Kunti, please, can you answer one more time? Like, try to speak a little bit, like, faster. T, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, cái câu hỏi là gì cô?
The question is, what do you use computer for?
Yeah. Honestly, I use computer every day. I often use computer to surf the internet or go online shopping, and sometimes I watch a movie spend that I like.
Okay.
When I have an online class, I use computer to join the class.
Okay, next student. Uyên, please. How often do you use a computer?
Frankly speaking, I use it in almost everything. I can't imagine a life without it. It's play an essential part in my daily life because I use it to study, answers my emails, work in my free time. I also like to play games or watching movie, as well as use it for communication purpose.
Okay. So you use your computer for actually computers play an essential role, essential part in my daily life. First of all, I use it to like play games and study also, or plus. Computer is a tool for me to play games. For communication purpose. Is it purpose or purpose?
Purpose.
Okay.
Purpose.
Purpose, and as we have purposes.
Purpose. Purpose.
Ở đây can you turn off your mic? Ở đây mình có từ là dùng cho mục đích là giao tiếp communication purpose. Thì cái từ purpose nó là danh từ điểm được nên nó luôn luôn đọc s ở đằng sau sẽ là communication purposes. Can you say that again, Uyên? Purposes.
Purposes.
Okay. Now V, please. Why do you use the computer?
Dạ, con không có nghe rõ.
Okay. What do you use your computer for?
Actually, I rarely use computer. Back in the day, when the COVID-19 pandemic, I use computer most of time, as I see it's a support tool for my learning, and I can expand my knowledge throughout Google's or or many resources about learning on the internet.
Okay, so back in the day, during like the COVID-19 pandemic, you used your computer to study online. Also, it's using a computer is a way to expand knowledge by surfing the internet and finding information through some websites. Okay, back to the first student. Vũ, please. Can you tell me what is the most popular kind of computer in your country?
Computer. You mean is the brand
No,
of the
it's not the
computer,
brand.
right?
The types of computers we have, like laptop, PC. I mean personal computer, like computer, laptop,
Okay.
or tablet. Which one is the most common, the most popular one?
In my opinion, the more kind in my opinion, in my hometown, everyone almost utilize the laptop for do doing their job and study. Due to the fact that the laptop is extremely convenient and compatible. In addition, they can bring it everywhere and everywhere. On top of that, the laptop in the laptop we can upgrade their its configuration as well. So every citizen in my hometown use.
Okay, so you have the word "in my opinion." You can change it into like "to my mind" or "from a perspective."
Yeah.
One more word is "due to the fact that." To the fact that. You can use this phrase in IELTS writing. Speaking part 3. For this part, we use as or since or because or cause. So
Yeah, teacher.
From my perspective, the most, we have the word popular. Try to paraphrase it, like prevalent or ubiquitous. It means popular, ubiquitous. From my perspective, the most ubiquitous kind of computers could be the laptop. First of all, it's much lighter compared to a bulky or a heavy PC. Plus, it's kind of portable, so we can bring it anywhere we like. Maybe bring it to the coffee shop to work or study there. On top of that, we can change the configuration due to our favorite. So it kind of like versatile có nghĩa là đa năng, nhẹ hơn. Lighter and portable có nghĩa là mình dễ dàng mang đi, nó có thể mang đi được là portable. Do you want to give it a try one more time? Want to say it again?
Yeah, teacher. So from my perspective, the more kind of the the more kind of the computer using in my hometown in the laptop as it as the laptop is the lighter and portable compared with another computer like the PC. On top of that, the laptop. On top of that, we can change the configuration for to fit their job. That's all. That's all.
Okay. Here we have the word like it means easy to carry. So is it portable or portable?
Portable.
Let's see the
Portable.
pronunciation of this word.
Portable.
It's actually portable.
Portable.
Okay.
Portable.
Okay, next one. T, please. When was the first time you used a computer?
To be honest, I learned to use a computer when I was small. At a time, my father bought a new computer that I never seen it. So I tried to access to it, to access the website that named I used to watch some funny video, and I feel feel like I feel so excited.
Okay, so try to use past tense when you talk about the past. Like this happened already, right? So try to use past tense. Like actually I first used a computer when it was quite small. At that time my father brought home a computer which was the thing that I had never seen before. So I tried to use it and like watch some funny videos on it. I felt like really excited. Try to use all the past tense. T, so do you want to answer one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I used computer when I was small. At that time, my father brought a new computer that I have never seen before, and I studied to learn it, and I accept to watch some funny video, and I felt really excited.
Okay. I felt really excited. Some funny videos. Put the S at the end of the word. Funny videos. Right. Next one. Bing, please.
Yes.
Okay. Who taught you how to use a computer?
Sorry.
Okay, again. Who taught you how to use a computer?
It was my teacher who did it. I can't remember exactly, but I got the first time I used a computer were when I studied in my pre-VA school. I remember we had a computer class one a week, and I studied about this class, but that at that time, our teacher tells us how to turn on the computer, how to type, and how to carry out some pages operations, such as the copy and then pages.
Okay. You also lack of a like connective. Tức là câu trả lời của bạn Uyên là em thiếu nhớ có một cái từ để bắt đầu câu trả lời của mình, có ý là được rồi. Ví dụ như là actually hoặc frankly speaking, it was my teacher who did it. Back in the day when I was in secondary school, in my IT class, my teacher taught us how to deal with some basic steps, how to use a computer, such as how to turn on, turn off, how to type, and do other stuff on Word or PowerPoint. That was quite simple. So can you answer again?
Well, it was my teacher who did it. I can't remember exactly, but I guess the first time I used a computer study in my primary school. I remember we had a computer class one week, and we are excited about this class. But at that time, our teacher just taught us how to turn on, turn off the computer, how to type, how to carry out some basic operations, such as copy and paste.
Copy and paste. Uyên, can you say that word? This one.
About.
About, not about. It's actually b sound, not p. Okay, next one. V. Now your turn.
Yes.
Do you think computers have changed your life?
From my perspective, I don't suppose to. As using computers, has using computer brings many benefits or drawbacks, but instead of sitting in front of the computer to play games, I rather spending time outdoor activities. And I think it's a way to help me expand many relationships than being glued to the many technology devices.
Okay. So, from my perspective, I don't think computer has changed my life so much. Although it has some benefits and drawbacks, I still believe that instead of like gluing our eyes on the screen, we should I'd rather take part in some outdoor activities to like expand my circles of friends, to make more friends and strengthen my friendship, my relationships with others. Okay, now let's change into the next topic, old buildings. Please, do you think old buildings should be preserved?
Can you speak again?
Do you think old buildings should be preserved?
Please. for my perspective, we should preserve our building. Since our building reflect our culture. On top of that, it also have a lot of the values about the history. So we should protect it well for the protect it well, protect it well and use it for teaching the another generation.
That's good.
That's all.
The ideas, pronunciation, grammar is okay. But for just one word here, you need to like repronounce it. Can you say the word again? Generation or generation?
Generation.
Okay, now let's hear the sound.
Generation.
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 Generation. Not generation.
Generation.
Generation. Generation.
Em phát âm giống như âm trơ á. Generation.
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 Okay.
Yeah, teacher. Generation. Generation.
Nếu mà chỉ có âm này này, ví dụ như là có giờ âm sơ nữa ta. Nếu mà chỉ có âm này là mình đọc là rơ, ví dụ television. Rơ nhé. Nhưng
television.
Chữ dơ và chữ rơ nó giống như trơ vậy, gần giống như vậy luôn. Trơ. Generation.
Generation.
Okay.
Generation.
Tương tự chữ này mình không đọc là rớt mà là trust.
Just.
Trust.
Trust. Okay. Thank you. Next one. T, please. Do you wanna visit any old buildings in the future?
Dạ, bạn lắc con không có nghe.
Okay, again. Do you wanna visit any old buildings in the future?
Absolutely yes. I want to see many architectures and how they are. Plus, I also wanna know how their lifestyle in that time, and how they designed such an infant buildings like that. And if I had a chance, I would donate for the organization some money to keep the value of traditional for the next generation.
Alright, so absolutely yes, in years to come, it means in the future, in years to come, I'd love to pay a visit to some ancient buildings so as to witness the architecture of these buildings. Furthermore, if I had a chance, I'd love to donate some money to preserve these buildings so we can keep the traditional value for the next generation to go there and pay a visit. Okay, so next student, Yuen, please. How about you? Do you want to see any old buildings in the future?
Well, that is absolutely there are a lot of audience on my to-do list. Starting with my out countries, I would like to visit one of the well-known monuments. Then there are a building in the Beijing Forbidden City and the pyramids of Egypt and so on.
Okay, so of course, yes, I have a lot of buildings on my to-do list to pay a visit in the near future. First of all, let's start from my old city and then go to another country, right? Vậy tiếp theo của Uyên trong cái câu hồi này là gì? Tức là có rất là nhiều nơi trong danh sách mình cần phải đi, và bắt đầu bằng cái ý tiếp theo của mình trong câu trả lời là gì Uyên à?
Đó là đi mấy cái chỗ Cấm Thành với lại cái Ai Cập.
Starting from our own country to other countries, such as cái chỗ nào đó. Okay, next one. V, please. Old buildings.
Yes.
Okay. Do you prefer to live in an old building or a modern house?
To my mind, I'd rather living in a modern house as I am fond of the designs of many modern buildings, and I think the facilities of new buildings or are likely to refurbish than the old days.
Okay, so actually I'd rather live in a modern house as I'm fond of.
Fond of.
Okay, let's see the pronunciation.
Fond.
Okay, just fond of living in a modern house. Fond of. Okay, I'm fond of living in a house with top-notch amenities, top-notch facilities. However, if I live in an old building or an ancient building with lots of However, if I live in an old house, it's kind of dangerous as it may collapse someday. Tức là nếu mình sống trong một ngôi nhà cổ thì có thể một ngày nào đó nó đổ sụp hay như thế nào. It's quite dangerous. And here we have comfort, live comfy. We have comfy life to live in a modern house with top-notch amenities. Okay. Ví.
Thì em hỏi chị mình nói câu we have confide how, đó là cái từ confide chị nói đó là cùng chị đang dùng dạng tính từ hay là chị đang dùng thì hiện tại hoàn thành.
Comfy này là tính từ mà. Comfy là thay cho comfortable. Comfy life. Comfortable. Tức là thường mình sẽ có comfortable là một trong những từ gọi là phổ biến. Mình comfortable sẽ comfy. Comfy life nó là tính từ.
Đúng rồi, em bị lộn qua từ unwind nữa.
Unwind là động từ, unwind là cái của relax.
Dạ, em bị lộn hai cái nữa. Dạ rồi, em hiểu rồi ạ.
Và tại thường em hiểu ra cũng đúng thôi, tại vì thường chữ cái âm fi này thường là động từ, còn này là comfy này là nó là tính từ, cái này tính từ nhé. Comfy.
Dạ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to reading. Before we start talking about reading, let's brainstorm some vocabulary that you have for this topic. Do you have any like words or some phrases that you think they're good for this topic?
Dạ cô ơi. Hình như cô chưa hỏi em phần overreading.
Ủa, cô trả lời cô sẽ đi từ vụ xong đến thi rồi Yến rồi đến Vy rồi mà.
Hình như cô hỏi chị Vi 2 lần.
Ủa, cô hỏi chị Vy 2 lần đúng hả? Really? Okay, Thi. Do you prefer to live in an old building or a modern house, and why?
Actually, I tend to live in a modern house than in the old building because I think the modern house is more safety. Furthermore, modern house have many have the better design and comfy, and the furniture is more beautiful than the old house.
Ở đây hồi nãy bạn Thi có trả lời là em thích cái này hơn cái kia, thì mình sẽ có là prefer modern house over, thích hơn cái kia over the old one. At modern house we have more stunning design, nó sẽ thiết kế nó đẹp hơn. Thì bây giờ chữ modern house nó bị lặp lại, thì lớp mình Thi sẽ làm thế nào để cái chữ modern house nó không lặp lại? As modern house will have more stunning design. Thì chữ modern house mình sẽ thay bằng chữ nào?
New được không?
Okay, để trả lập từ thì mình sẽ có cái the former là cái đầu tiên, tức là former là modern house, và cái old one thì mình sẽ có the latter. The former là cái nhà hiện đại thì nó sẽ có cái thiết kế đẹp hơn. As the former, khi mình so sánh giữa A và B thì cái A gọi là former và cái B là the latter. Cái này cũng có thể dùng được trong cả phần writing. Ok. Lập mình là phần reading, phần obedience là mình hỏi hết rồi phải không? Bây giờ mình sẽ sang. So let's move on to the topic reading. Vũ, do you have any words for this topic? Any idiomatic languages, just uncommon words for this topic?
Cái em cũng chắc cái gì nữa.
Không, mình cứ nói ra
em
nếu
học
ok.
lâu.
Ok thì mình nói. Cái này là mình phải xem trước cái file PDF mình gửi là bao gồm cả câu trả lời mẫu rồi vocab đủ cái loại đấy mà.
Dạ em qua em học cố gắng học thuộc mấy cái phương pháp một, mấy cái phương pháp phải mấy cái từ nữa thôi.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thí, do you have any other words for this topic?
Dùng từ ebook hay là electrical book.
E-books, electrical books. Một sách mình gọi thế nào hả? Bây giờ Untitled a bookworm. An avid reader. Nghe mình đọc sách nhé. Con không thích thì nói là I'm not an avid reader. Thư đọc sách để làm gì? What for? Đọc sách thì mở mang kiến thức, mình có cùng từ nào là mở mang kiến thức? Uyên, Ví, Vũ, mở mang kiến thức mình có từ nào? Two.
Open my mind.
Mở đâu? Nó thì có là broaden my horizon. Broaden my horizons. Và từ này các bạn thường hay đọc là horizon là sai nhá. Broaden my horizons. Hoặc là widen my knowledge. Widen my knowledge. Đọc sách cũng là cách để giải trí nữa. Unwind, to let off some steam. Okay. Let's start by. So, do you like reading books?
Actually, I really like reading book. Since when when I read the book, I can get a lot of knowledge from the book. On top of that, the book the book supply the book supply me the experiment supply me to to feel the unwind settle.
Okay, so actually reading book, or actually I'm into reading books. I really like. I'm really into. I'm really big on. Actually, I'm a big fan of reading books. I can read the book for the whole day without feeling tired. I can widen my knowledge by reading, exposed to lots of pages. On top of that, whenever I feel tedious or whenever I feel bored, I'll choose a book to read. Is one of the ways for me to let off some steam. Okay, do you want to answer again?
Yeah, teacher. So, actually, I am a big fan of reading the book. Since because since when I read the book, I can widen my knowledge. On top of that, the book can help me reduce the boring reduce the boring. So that all.
Here we have the word chunking. Chunking, what does that mean?
Chunking
means start speaking and stop. Tức là khi mình muộn quá cái từ nổi á, ví dụ là reading book is a way for me to let off some steam, mình ngắt một tí. On top of that, it helps me to reduce stress. Đó. Thì tức là mình ngắt một tí trước khi on top of that, chứ không có let out something on top of that là nó không có đúng cái mặt nói á, tức là muốn dùng từ nối là phải ngắt một tí, dùng từ nối phải qua cái ý tiếp theo, người ta gọi là chân kỳ. Còn nếu mà cứ nối từ ý này sang ý khác không có ngắt nghỉ mà kéo dài mãi như vậy thì không có mặt nói thì người ta gọi là chân kỳ. Cái này cũng là một trong các tiêu chí chấm phần phát âm, được chưa?
Dạ.
Okay. Next one. T, please. What kind of books do you like to read?
To be honest, I'm a big fan of book. I read various book, but the type of book that I like most is comic. Every day I read about 1 to 2 comics, and I feel very relaxed when I read my favorite books.
Okay. Ở đây để cho cái phần grammar mình tốt hơn nên mình nên dùng cái thì hiện tại thành nhé. Ví dụ như là actually I've been reading so many types of books, ranging from science fiction to novels. However, my go-to type of books is comic books. It's a way for me to relax, and like reduce stress or to widen my knowledge. Như thế nào đó. Nên tức là phần mở bài mình nên có thể dùng thi hiện đại thành để cho cấu trúc của mình nó đa dạng hơn, và thi hiện đại thành thì được xem là gọi là complex sentences, nó được xem là cấu trúc câu phức. Thì frankly speaking, I've been reading so many types of books. However, my go-to type would be comic books, as it helps me to reduce stress and unwind after a tiring day at school. Pete, do you want to say one more time?
Yes. Honestly, I have been reading so many types of book, and the type of book that I go to is comic. I read comics every day, and as it reduce my stress, and furthermore is widen my knowledge.
Okay. Ở đây mình nhớ thêm S một số chỗ nhé, ví dụ types, many types of books, remember S, types and books. Okay. Ian, please, what was your favorite type of book when you were a little kid?
Sorry.
Okay, again, what was your favorite type of book
Câu hỏi là
when you
what type?
were a kid? I'm gonna type it down there. Can you see the question on the screen?
In the day when I was a kid, I remember I wrote a Harry Potter book from my classmate, and it's a character to be a real patron. I still consider it to be by far the best book ever.
Finish? It's a little bit short. Can you repeat your answer? Ian, can you repeat your answer?
Em câu trả lời em
Tức là em trả lời lại câu hồi nãy mình nghe không rõ lắm.
yeah. That's in the day when I were a kid. I remember Frozen, Harry Potter book from my classmate, and it's spirited to be a real partner. I still consider it to be by far the best book ever.
Okay. The question asks you about the kind of book, not the name of a specific book that you like. Tức là ở đây loại sách nào, tức là khoa học viễn tưởng hay tiểu thuyết hay loại sách nào, chứ không phải là tên của một quyển sách. Tức là back in the day, my go-to type book was novels or like other kinds of stuff. Em phải nói rõ ra là một loại sách nào, comic books hay như thế nào và lý do vì sao, chứ không phải là kể ra một cuốn sách. Can you answer one more time?
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a big fan of genre with fantasy book like Harry Potter, the World of Art really gives me the chance to express my inner feelings and temporarily forget or the person and worries from my study.
Okay, so back in the day, my go-to type of books was, cái loại sách mà Uyên nói là loại sách nào cô nghe không có rõ lắm. Trender hay là trander gì ấy, phải không?
Cái fantasy book.
Fantasy. This word. Fantasy books, as it helped me to temporarily forget my pressure. Và trong câu này thì Uyên nhớ cho cô là dùng thì quá khứ đơn và thêm cả cái từ áp lực này. Can you say that again? Say that word.
Back in the day when I a kid, I am still a big fan of genres with the fantasy book like Harry Potter. The World of Art really give me the chance to express in my inner feelings and temporarily forget or pursue from my study.
Okay, this word we pronounce it like
Pressure.
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 Pressure. One more word, to be honest or to be honest. Honest or honest. In?
Honest.
Okay. The next one. V, please. Your question is?
Yes.
Books. What can you learn from books?
From my perspective, I can learn lots of phrases, learning from reading a book. Mm. Firstly, I can learn the meaningful of the book that conveys some messages to people's life. Plus, reading plus reading books may bring many may bring many that I've never seen in real life.
Okay, so here we have two main ideas for your answer. First of all, it is V, can you mention the first of your ideas? The first one.
I can learn various learning from reading a book.
Various messages. You can draw lots of messages from reading a book. Tức là hiểu được nhiều cái thông điệp từ bài messages from the reading books. Plus another thing is too.
Is reading books may bring new things that I've never seen in real life.
Like it gives me a chance to discover new things that I've never seen before. Now, can you give your answer again? Combine two ideas.
First and foremost, reading books gives me a chance to discover new things that I've never seen before.
Also, you just mentioned one of your two things.
Plus, books can convey the message of its story to people's lives.
Okay, and that's it for today.